Nice set of circumstances makes his name look very pimp.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
In fact, we got some great ideas on the MVP side. I do like it. Alright, so looks like movement out here from MSI Evolution to kick things off, guys. If you're just joining us, we are here for yet another round. It's a best-of-3 series between MSI Evolution on your left from the Philippines to kick off Game 1 here versus MVP White from Korea. This is the IEM Singapore Asia Finals. And I think we are still...
Very defensive setup by MVP White here.
We're still in the round of 16. But games are going, so we'll just bring them as they happen. But right now, I mean, it's single elim as well, so teams absolutely fighting here to not be eliminated and to progress on. And there's a great stun there into Small Brain. And Zyra, that was not the right place to be. First blood to Aurelia.
And if you're just a single person, I think it's just unnecessarily risky things to do to go and face check bushes, especially when you're Zyra with about 400 base health at level 1.
Not too much health. And another pull.
Tournament MVP White.
Yeah, and how many chances do you get, to watch these games in English? Probably not that many. So big ups to everyone tuning in right now. It's fantastic to bring you these games, and wouldn't be here without all 6,100 or so of you. 6,128 I'm currently getting a reading on. So really amazing to have you all joining us, guys. It's really, really nice.
And MSI in chat asking where we're from, or confirming that we're Australian. We are most certainly both Aussies.
Yes, we are. We're just going to see Jungle started off here by MSI. So GTZ there. Not sure what his name is. He's going to start off the Wolves there. I think next game I'll
Steven Duran is his full name.
Alright. We can just call him Steve. That could be fun. But I'll probably just run with the player or champion names for now. I might have...
Exactly. The champion name's probably the safest.
And Lee Sin's going to kick off with a blue buff for himself as well.
Smite's being held on to for Lee Sin, and it looks like, oh, not for Maokai.
Convert into a little bit more pressure. There's blue already taken there from Mal. And Lee maybe just going to do the double buffs into quick level 3 gank, something we've seen quite a lot of. Alright, so back up now. Apologies there, just chatting to someone in my room. We are back though. Awkward pause is awkward, but that's okay. Can go along with our tournament pause for today. Up. And the latency literally doubled overnight. It was tested yesterday, it was fine. We've seen them play on this server, it's been fantastic for them, and yeah, they just had, for whatever reasons, had problems today.
And there's a lot of sentiment in the chat that, hey, I play with 200 ping, I play with 100, these Koreans are complaining. And I get, partly where that comes from.
We're Australian.
But the other way to look at it, we're Australian obviously, I deal with 230 ping, but if I had 230 ping, then I had to deal with 290. Or if you have that 60 to 80 to 100 ping jump, you're out of your comfort zone, and that's why the players here are a bit up in arms, because they were told, they expected something, and it's changing basically overnight.
Yes, and again, they've played in other tournaments on this server, and it has been fine for them, so whatever issues, it had to happen today, of course, but that's alright. We'll just deal with things as they come, as TF pushing quite aggressively here in the mid lane to kick things off. Looks like Lee Sin double buffs up now, but not quite fishing for a gank just yet. And back down the bottom lane, we've got the continuing, actually lots of aggressive pushes here by MSI Evolution. They're pushing down here as well. Just trying to keep this Zyra back, prevent her from zoning, and kind of prevent Siv's pushing power as well, because she's very strong if she's left unmolested.
Lee Sin fishing for a lane gank up top.
Yep, so double buffs now. MVP, is that Dandy? That's a great name. Dandy there fishing in the top lane. Feral Scream there will slow Aurelia down for a bit, but that's going to be basically it on that gank at this point. I think Lee Sin, they're correctly identifying that Aurelia seems to be somebody who wants to gank right now. And Maokai's coming up as well here for MSI. So maybe going to see the same thing. In fact, I think it's going to be a double buff lane gank. Not quite the same timing because he didn't use his smite earlier on, but...
And the lane spacing will be very important as to how this turns out.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and toggle the vision. There we go. Maokai's waiting very patiently. Actually checks the brush over the sapling. That's nice too. No wards up there. No wards yet there. And Aurelia really just going to let Cho'Gath kind of eat it. And I think Maokai's going to sneak in now. In fact, this is maybe going to fail just because Aurelia did so much damage to Cho. And this is kind of what you alluded to in the pre-game, Smithy, in the draft, is that this is what you expect to happen.
Coming into mid here.
Yeah, Dandy in the mid. Oh, that's a great kick there! With Mima follows up on that Sinister Steel. So much burst damage. And an insta-flash there in the mid from KRL.
And any sort of level advantage that allows Cat to get to 6 faster and get that roam in,
oh, and a flash
be
from
very,
Maokai.
very significant.
So a flash there from Maokai in the top lane as we jotted up. That great Rupture, sorry. And the Feral Scream follows up. Lee Sin's here as well. JOD could be in so much trouble. Great twisted advance. Block the kick. No, the minions do it for him, but he flashes forward. Great slow, and I think that's going to be first blood. No, never mind, second blood. Wait. Oh yeah, Zyra got first blooded. It felt like a while ago because of those
That's
two
okay.
pauses.
It was a while ago between the 10 minutes of pause time, and it's always a bit crazy when the team that uses more resource in the gank, i.e. MSI, they had those 2 champions up top involved in the gank. They lose out on the kill, so well played by Hum there.
Yeah, really nice counter gank from Dandy coming in there and Lee Sin identifying that that may have been the case. And Maokai just a little bit short of that flash twisted advance, unfortunately. They're not gonna quite make it. It was close, and Aurelia was
lots of pressure on Ezreal down bottom. You'll see he's sitting at 200 health. He's a little bit worried about a dive.
Yeah, I would be too. And right now, it looks like the damage I've got there on Ezreal really flipping that lane back. I mean, before we saw MSI really pushing that in, and now it's absolutely the opposite. So I expect Sarah Decivir generally to push this lane harder, certainly than Leona Ezreal. And as you said, Smithy, as you often say, Leona looks very silly when you're not being aggressive. It just feels like a paperweight almost in your lane.
Well, you just don't really offer anything unless you're going
all in.
Unless you're going all in, basically. Unless you're committing to a engagement, you kind of just look pretty in that lovely Ion Solari skin.
It's a great skin. Mima going to come forward as well, but Maokai with a great gank in the mid. Twisted advance does find it, but there's the flash away there. So nice flash being used. Good amount of burst there coming out as well. And Maokai not caught too far under the turret there. So successful attempt there in mid lane. That's going to be no flash for Cat for a few minutes. And does seem to be getting pushed in here, and is actually leveled Bouncing Blade first, I think, as a result of this. I mean, doesn't farm nearly as well as Sinister Steel. Let's just see Dandy back up in the top lane. Oh, that's a great rupture there onto JRD. And there's the slow coming in. No flash up for Aurelia anymore. There's a Ignite. There's the Feast, the Q in there as well. The flash forward there from Hom. And that's going to be easy clean up there for Cho. Oh man, Dandy gets very low there, but safeguarding that potion going to keep him healthy enough as he tanks the very final turret hit there.
And to be honest, it's the exact same combination here. It was Hotshot on Cho and Chauster on Lee Sin, who were camping Avoid Boy's Aurelia up top and got Cho enough of a lead where the natural scaling of Aurelia wasn't enough to take him down. And it's almost like MVP Wyatt took notes from that, and Cho looks locked and loaded to still be a presence up in the top lane.
He does. What do you think of Mima's option in the mid here, though, with Bouncing Blade? Feels very... I think if you're doing this as Cat, you feel a bit scared. Feel like you're getting poked a lot. And maybe just, you know, want to try and, you know, use your only range ability, really, when you think about it. I mean, you can Shumpo in, but that could get you killed in the wrong situation, so...
And it's interesting, in a team fight, there's kind of an argument for having the constant refreshes on both the maxed abilities. Constant refresh on Q might be more damage away from that 300 range Sinister Steel, but the Sinister Steel gives you the move speed buff. But look at this Cat here, she's ready.
Great bait. And ZNS is in a lot of trouble. Ezreal, no! There's Mima coming in. No ult though, and Pip. Oh, Imp, sorry, I did it already. And now now ZLK getting dived on. That's a very nice double kill there from
And then
Sivir.
Cat presses all the buttons, gets resets, and it's a double kill on probably Dragon.
Really nice work there from MVP White. Great roam there from Cat as well. Sadly, that passive there behind Dragon, not warded. Not even the Tribush warded. Ah, the pink wards. Foiling that gank there through the Tribush. And it is going to be Dragon there. Lee Sin picks it up quite nicely. And that's a really nice advantage here for MVP White. They're kind of really kind of letting their early game fly here. I mean, they don't look particular early game champions, but you know, this bot lane probably wants to get ahead because otherwise you're going to get Leonid all day, which is never exciting. And Cho is sitting pretty with a few ganks there up against Aurelia, so... Cat
Bit of lag in the stream from what I can see.
Yeah, I can see that as well. That's interesting. We'll keep an eye on that, guys. Looks like... Ooh, that's not very exciting. Maybe we'll do a quick technical restart, but we'll keep an eye on it, guys. It is. I'm dropping a few frames, a few more as well. Do we have enough of a lull to want to stop it? We can actually pause it, but that may cause syncing issues. All right, yeah, it is actually dropping. I am going to quickly drop the stream, guys. Apologies, it's been fine all day, but looks like my internet getting a little bit more bottlenecked as the day gets long. So we'll be back very, very soon. But yeah, I'm consistently dropping a.
No lag, few FPS drops. There's a couple of people. They seem mostly happy with it.
Alright, I'll leave it for now, guys. If it gets worse, I'll keep an eye on it, and we'll go from there. Definitely be fixing it between games, though. That's not a problem. But yeah, I am dropping a few frames every now and then. So that is going to be causing a bit of choppiness, but not too much, hopefully. Not too much. Alright, oh, great rupture there in the top lane. Yeah, it's the gank chain. Great kick as well away there from Dandy. And now Hom wants to come back in. The flash was up for Aurelia, though. And could be a dive instead. Oh, yeah, use the Transcendent Blades. You're going to need a bit of health back. Potion chugging away as well. In fact, this is a very, very deep dive. And JRD gets all the way back there, almost towards the second turret.
It doesn't feel like GTZ on Maokai here is really, you know, combating this. He's picked up the Oracle now to get a bit more global vision. for MSI, but I mean, Lee Sin's been up top lane about 80% of the 10 minutes this game's run, and it doesn't feel like they're getting any pressure in the other lanes as a result.
Well, I mean, just from looking at Maokai's build, I think he's, doing a little bit more of the farming or utility here with that early oracles. But yeah, you're right, he just hasn't really had the opportunity. And the thing with Lee Sin is he can gank multiple times. Energy-based champions, pretty good at ganking in the mid as well. I think we could have trouble. There's a great ult from Mimer. And Lee Sin, he wants the Q, but he can't quite get there. Leona with the roam up as well. This could be death here for Cat. And Dandy now in a lot of trouble. The sapling is so close, and TF, he wants to use his ult. That's a great safeguard. And the wildcard's hit. That's a great stun there. And Dandy, very lucky to be alive there, getting back towards his turret. What a great ult use there by TF.
And what a great roam from Leona to facilitate those kills. You could see they almost got away regardless of it. So very slippery duo, Cat and Lee Sin, but not quite slippery enough.
No, and TF there, basically just at the edge of his ult range in that one. He could not have been very, very close there. But that gets in there in the end. Nice snipe onto the Cat as well. Was in auto attack range, so cleanly gets that kill, not having to, kind of throw out the wild cards and guess at that point. See if Cat would juke, and Lee Sin was, I think, a sliver of shield away there from safeguard from dying. So really nice play there from KRL. And that's going to even it back up again here for MSI Evolution. And welcome 7,000, hello! The numbers keep growing, Smithy. I could not be happier. We shattered.
They're not coming for us, basically. They're coming for the quality of the League of Legends. It's good to see the best team in Philippines, but they have quite a lot of work to do to get back into this game, especially poor Aurelia up this top lane.
I mean, the gold advantage isn't that bad, but these lanes just look quite good for MVP, and a lot of it is... Oh, never mind. I think in the media we're going to have more shenanigans here. There's Twisted Advance coming in, and there's a good Maokai down as well. In fact, that's going to get them out of trouble pretty quickly as Dandy comes in for yet another gank there in the mid. But yeah, lots and lots of camping happening now. I think Lee Sin thinks his job in top is done. Maybe now trying to get Cat ahead, continue a bit of the snowball that's happening in top lane at least. And Cat here going for not haunting guys first. In fact, have we seen a lot of revolvers recently? I'm trying to remember. I think in this lane it makes a bit more sense because there's quite a lot of harass coming out from TF. But I'm trying to think what the general Cat builds have been recently. I think we've seen a lot of haunting guys first.
A lot of magic penetration builds, stacking that flat magic pen and going for. Oh, here's Aurelia. She might have a chance here.
Bomb's really deep here up in the top lane. And there's the top tower going down as well, so plenty of space here. And TF is up as well. Dandy, I think, in a bit of trouble, but Mimer come around the back. Can't you find the good ult? There's one for the reset. And JRD is in so much trouble now. And there's one more. Can they get onto Maokai as well? They'd love the oracles. The Cat damage, pretty insane right now. And a few more. There's the Q, and that's going to be an easy kill. And really nice play there from Dandy. He waited to see if Cat was going to get the kill. Realized, no, he wasn't, and then hit Q. Had plenty of time to wait there. And now MVP continuing to stretch their lead here. Currently 7-2 in kills. And that gold lead went from about 1,000 to 3,000.
So we used Flash here, got her Q.
Oh,
wow.
Man. Nice.
She got the auto attack off to get that passive, that fleet of foot passive for the 50% move speed, flat move speed, and then the sniper Q finished him off.
Nice cleanup down the bottom there from Imp. So 8-2 now for MVP. Looking very nice here. 3 and a bit thousand gold up ahead. And all their lanes seem to be doing well. I mean, TF is a great champion if you're using his ultimate, if you're pushing your lanes as hard as you can, but it doesn't seem like TF's been able to contain this. That was a sick Shumpo, by the way. And it was also a blue card, so not even a chance for stuns there. TF at this point, he's beyond trying to poke out Cat. Actually, that's a good Twisted Advance. There's the ult follow up as well. Can they get the stun? It's close. But a Shumpo out of the way there from Mimer. I think we're going to have pressure. Oh my goodness. Very aggressive flash rupture there. And that's going to be a good feral screen, but it's not enough.
And how many skirmishes have we had behind turrets so far in this game?
Many. And I think this is a lot of why we see a lot of these Asian teams playing Lee Sin. They love their aggression, and Lee Sin, he's pretty good at diving.
He facilitates that aggression. It's interesting to see Dandy understanding his role of Lee Sin here. That early game assassin, that early game lane snowballer, but even when he had a surefire kill, he tried to hold off so that the AD carry Cat and pick it up as much as possible.
Yeah, and it's just, that's team play that we expect to see at this level. Dandy, though, going to get caught well and truly out, but Safeguard's out of the way. Dodges the True Shot barrage.
Dragon aggro.
Oh,
no, Dragon goes for a walk instead.
Dragon aggroed on Ezreal because of the True Shot barrage. And Lee Sin, sneaky as ever, gets out of the way there.
Is he killing an invisible blue?
Yes, he is. Lee Sin versus Invisible Blue. Oh, that's a good ult there from TF. But he's not in range for Lee Sin, I don't think. No, and Lee Sin even gets out of the way. But down the bottom could be trouble. Small Brain versus him. They're trying to get away here, but there's 4 people from MSI down here. That's a good stun onto Zyra. And a very easy cleanup there on that very squishy support.
Surge.
Yeah, Surge. Oh man, what's... Yeah, we have... What is going on down here?
But still, I had to point it out.
Cat is around here as well, by the way.
Look where Aurelia and Cho are skirming.
Yeah, I just saw that. You know, between two turrets again, a Mimer down the bottom looking for more. This bottom turret, sorry, is probably going to go down here. And Hom
had no respect whatsoever for Aurelia. Zerka Greaves, triple goal per 10 phage.
Wow. Just all about, you know, the goal per 10 snowball. He just wants to be the richest Cho'Gath in the world. You know, he's a gentleman. He needs to buy fine things.
This is the exact epitome of what clearly the balanced team doesn't want. This early Heart of Gold, this early snowball from GP10. They're trying to get rid of it, but while it's still around, it's pretty good.
It's true, Heart of Gold is still around on live and of course in this patch as well. And there's another Jaden cleaned up nicely, I believe 2-0 I think on that buff for MvP. I think they got the first one as well.
Johnny Boy in chat, he's 3 levels above Aurelia, and that's the big problem there. Aurelia hard counters Cho'Gath in lane, but if you snowball someone enough, it doesn't really matter what the lane matchup is, you'll do just fine.
And, you know, it's funny to think of, you know, snowballing against an Aurelia who's someone that generally hits a certain level and just is fine, usually fine, if not positive, in a lot of our matchups in top lane. But this Aurelia has been kept on a fairly short leash in this game by MvP, and it's just from the first initial ganks there from Lee Sin, really trying to pester him. I mean, as you said, Lee Sin, he knows his role here. Dandy knew exactly what he needed to do, and it was help Cho in a lane where he was otherwise going to be behind. And from then, it's been great, and he's been able to assist some of the other lanes as well. So who does?
Cho'Gath just picked up red buff, and he has the phage and the plenty of attack speed as well. So now Aurelia, it's just in a lot of strife.
Cannot get out of, cannot escape really.
She can't even be within like about 600 units of the minions because there's just so much pressure with that rupture and potential for permaslow.
Yeah, and if she gets hit in a lane with no tower up here in the top lane, gonna be all sorts of problems for Aurelia. So she is, yeah, being kept down here in this game early on. Twisted advance, and that's a fantastic shampoo! Mimer! That was insane! Oh man, such a sick bait there. And Dandy now as well onto KRL down under this tower. Goodbye as Cat gets yet another kill, and Dandy assisting that team.
All here.
So close.
85 health.
And that was the time for the calculated line. Dandy. And more trouble here. What is Hom doing? Look at him! He's chilling. Leona's actually low health as well, I think, trying to get chased down here. Zara fishing in. Oh my goodness. JRD.
Hom is like the best singed ever. He just proxies behind everything.
Oh, Leona goes down as well. And Siva gets the
Hom is gone too deep here.
Oh, yes he does. And Aurelia.
45 health.
Ooh. Pretty happy to get out of that one.
Has no respect for structures, champions, ganks, map vision. He just saw creeps and he went after them. Even if it was next to the Nexus, it seems he'd be quite happy proxying that.
As far as he's aware, there's actually nothing but a giant open field in this map.
Maybe he has some sort of bug on his map. He can only see the minions.
Maybe minions and champions. That's all I got. It just looks like a flat lot.
It's reflected in the CS too. He's up almost 60 CS on the Aurelia. Yeah.
And that is the sort of behind that Aurelia does struggle getting back from. That is Pain Train. And Cat right now, Abyssal Scepter completed already. Could be building
I've got to think that Hom is a singed player. I'm going to put it out there.
Could be.
It's the mindset pastry.
Yes, he certainly does seem to have the singed mindset, doesn't he? And is putting on quite the show with a lot of really nice assistance in from Lee Sin, who's speaking of down the bottom now. Coming back in onto Zed. Okay, Leona could be in trouble. There's a decent ult there from Leona. But looks like Maoka's caught in a rock and a hard place. TF coming down though. Ezreal gets executed there with all the damage. And now KRL uses his surge. There's a double kill in fact there for Siva, and Imp's not done. He keeps chasing. There's one more Cat with the resets.
Siva's gonna fall here. It took about 28 turret hits.
There's a double kill. Siva tanking it up for her teammates as the AD carry. And the shutdown occurs there as Leona picks up some bonus gold, but this is the wrecking ball right now from MVP. Making quite the statement here in this game one. I mean, you know, we expected a bit of trouble for Cho early on, and he did have a bit of trouble, but Dandy, you know, very intelligently sim play.
And that's the thing about lanes. I mean, I've talked about in the past that Wicked would talk about picking Cannon into Aurelia, and now Wicked, you know, one of the most famous, probably the most famous Aurelia player in the world, knows that Cannon gets quite hard countered by that Wits End first rush Aurelia. But if the comp calls for it, and you can trust your jungler to put the right amount of pressure, it doesn't really matter. You still have the potential to do alright. Oh, that's what they've done here.
Ezreal he's in so much trouble potentially. If that crouching move had hit, Mimer wouldn't have even thought about it. He would have been straight in there. As it is, he's going to get out of the way, but Hom still pushing down the bottom lane. Is actually, how much damage done to this turret? Not too much. But the fact that Inhibitor turret is even bleeding just a little at 20 minutes cannot be good news for MSI Evolution fans.
And that is one scary alien and a nice top hat and monocle.
Oh, goodness. And it's so hard when he kills you because he's just so dapper and fine.
He is very dapper.
Such a
he still needs to get one more feast stack there.
He's going to get it pretty soon. Feast back off cooldown in 6 seconds. Probably looking to feast the champion as well. Look, Imp here as well. Doing a lot of damage to this inner turret. In fact, there's a lot of damage being dealt here. The bottom one almost down here.
I mean, look at the item discrepancy, Pastry.
Oh man,
boy.
Long range Q there. Flicks Ezreal into the mix there with his ultimate. And just the charge forward. Sivarol gets activated. Cho'Gath is chasing somebody down. It's Aurelia. Gets feasted there for the 6th stack. And there's a quick 2-0 there. And just relentless pressure. Mima in the base now. Shumpo's in there. Looks for the ult. Finds a bit of Death Lotus. Picks up 1 kill there. Probably has to reset. Shumpo's in. Can't quite find the line though to Leona. But right
what is it about Lee Sins from Asia, Pastry Time? They make it, they just do Diamond Procs so proud.
They really do. They just, I don't know, man. They just sit there training.
5 games on loop and they pick up all the tick tools of the trade because the pressure they put on and the way they transition into late game is so impressive.
And Mima goes way too deep, yeah.
A little bit too deep.
Sivir picks up Leona though still as a result. Quick, cute safe get out of the way there from Lee Sin to dodge true top right. Small Braid in a bit of trouble. Good ult though. Gonna protect Zyra there. Oh wow, very nice play there from Ezreal and gets the kill there. Possibly to his death, but TF gonna come in. I think Dandy's in trouble. Ward safeguard there, and again trying to pad the highlight reel. And that Aurelia gonna dive onto Imp here. And Siva's gonna get out of the way. She's pretty scared right now with the Bloodthirster Phantom Dancer. And Lee Sin, oh, he's still being sneaky. He's gonna die though, I think, at this point. Well and truly dead, yes, this time.
This Sivir is not gonna get kited by
Goodbye, GTZ. Goodbye. Or GTZ, I think it is. I don't remember which country I'm supposed to be from. And red buff as well. Imp just casually counter jungles.
Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, and 500 more gold on her bank than Ezreal, who doesn't even have boots 2, or just picks up the Triforce. No gold for boots 2.
Yes, a sad case indeed right now. And Hom has apparently found his home. It is as close to the enemy nexus as you can possibly get. He's just chilling at the inhibitor, doing what he wants. Has a frozen mallet now picked up as well. Traditional tankiness.
Just, you know, just solos people.
Casually walks in 1v2, 1v3.
There's another turret, apparently.
Poor Ezreal. Oh, actually lives.
Feast is out too.
Aurelia comes in. Cho'Gath though follows up. So much damage. Feast there. Imp is going to die here though to Maokai. But I don't know how much longer the tree's got left. Hom is just doing exactly what he wants. Double kill from Vorpal Spikes. Could have happened. It almost will. Double kill instead. But does fall there to Maokai. So nice bit of CC there at the end. I mean, it's good news for MSI that this is happening, but at this point in the game, it's just so far behind. I just looked up at the gold. Jeez. Not over till it's over, but 16 and a half, or
it's over.
16,000. No, we stay positive. We stay positive.
Here's the positives. MSI still have another game left.
That is a positive.
At least.
Yeah, that's true. It is a best of 3.
It's time to check that drawing board, which MvP just came to the room and just knocked over the drawing board, apparently.
And then started on fire, and then kicked it with Lee Sin.
Well, he has been kicking everything else.
He has. Small Brain's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, goodbye. I mean, we're seeing fairly gross overcommit in COA MVP, but as you've
they're just having fun. They're just trying to pick up kills and look good for the camera. And with Lee Sin and Cat, you know, just the amount of... Oh, here we go. Aurelia's going to try something here.
Nice kick away there from Dandy. And within all the action, by the way, I didn't even notice that top Inhibitor and Inhib's already fallen as well. That's 2 out of 3 Inhibs already down. Mima's just diving onto people left, right, and center. Rabadon's Deathcat finished up at less than 25 minutes. I don't even know how long she's had it. But it's probably been a while. Imp is just ulting, he's flashing towards people, getting stunned, but Mima with the setup could come in now. And I think we are going to see damage come in. Lee Sin jumps in there as well for Dandy. Solarfire almost picks up Imp, but Mima with so much damage, he's going to get CC'd here, and that is a kill for MSI. So it's nice to see that under pressure really backs against it.
5 seconds for spell shield.
Goodbye, Imp. I mean, this game looks lost at this point. Oh, Hom. Nope, that's not who we really wanted to see. I will stun you and run. Classic stun and run there.
And you know, there is a point where giving too many free kills might give MSI a window back into this game. It's very unlikely with 2 inhibs down and an inhib make it down the bot lane here, but when you start hearing things like Ezreal being on a killing spree, you have to at some point say, okay, we've had our fun, let's finish the game.
And I'm sure that MVP know what's at stake, and they're going to close this game out in fairly close fashion. For me, though, it's not just that MSI might have a chance with a lot of the things they're getting, but they're clearly staying focused. They're not giving up. They are playing well under pressure, which is very, very important, especially if you expect to go 1-0 down in this series and have your back up against it for the next 2 games. Because
Cho'Gath build is funny.
You know, with the enemies in their base, they are executing very nicely. They have to think, all right, you know, we're not going to give up, which is a great asset for any team. You know, a team that doesn't give up, that has that much strength, is very, very strong in any sort of best of X series, except for best of 1, of course. We've only got 1 game. Yes, I did.
Zyra's going to get some plants ready for Baron.
Yep. I think maybe MVP realized that, you know, just to make this a little bit easier on us, we'll just take Baron here. Hummer's still happily 1v4, 1v5ing. Cho'Gath just laughing, throwing out some ruptures. Basically, he's just zoning him at this point. He's standing in a brush that is actually watered. Oh wow, that was a quick Baron. And now the purple squiggles.
What are you supposed to do to him? Have you seen the items he has?
Here's the Thornmail. And he's just flashing forward. He wants Ezreal. He's going to get him too. Nice rupture. They're coming in as well. Oh my goodness. He just ate Tron. Poor Tron. And there goes Maokai down as well. I feel like we're probably going to see the end here with this one. Cat flashes in there as well.
Civ is very sad she can't flash into turret range.
Yes, she doesn't have flash up anymore. And there's going to be some turrets going down. I feel like we are going to have the end of the first game here. And MVP White, what a coming out party here for their first game. Oh, just diving into the enemy team. Unfortunately, just getting killed at this point. TF will make it back to the base here to heal. Dandy goes straight into the fountain. But that's going to be it. A few more kills just for show. And good game well played. MVP White take a quick 1-0 lead here against